On a clear night, under a sky full of stars, it's natural to feel small. Each of us lives on a tiny planet, circling one star among billions. We are here for what amounts to a cosmic blink of an eye. This raises a profound question: what meaning does a single human life hold in the vastness of the cosmos? We are finite beings, yet we find ourselves in what appears to be an infinite universe. How can something so brief and limited truly matter amid something so immense and eternal? In this script, we will explore that question, blending scientific insights about our cosmic origins and the scale of the universe with philosophical reflections on consciousness and the quest for meaning. The goal is to inspire awe and appreciation for life, showing how even the smallest flicker of existence can light up the endless dark. The vastness of the cosmos. Modern astronomy has revealed that the universe is immense beyond ordinary comprehension. Our everyday experience can hardly prepare us for the scales of space and time that define the cosmos. To set the stage, consider a few staggering facts about our universe. Age: the universe burst into existence about 13.8 billion years ago with the Big Bang. By comparison, Earth formed around 4.5 billion years ago, and human beings have existed for only a tiny fraction of that time size. The observable universe, the part we can see, spans an estimated 93 billion light-years in diameter. 1 light-year is about 5.88 trillion miles. Beyond that observable horizon, the whole universe might be far larger, possibly infinite, and without a true edge galaxies, our universe contains at least 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy is a sprawling system of stars, gas, and dust. Our own Milky Way is just one medium-sized galaxy out of those trillions of stars. If you counted stars at 1 per second, you would be counting for millions of years. There are roughly 7 times 10 to the power of 22 stars, tens of sextillions of stars, in the observable universe. That's a 7 followed by 22 zeros, vastly more stars than there are grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth, by many estimates. To put it another way, our Earth is one planet out of potentially billions in our galaxy alone, and our galaxy is one of trillions. Looking up at the night sky, almost every star you see is part of our Milky Way. Yet beyond those stars lie countless other galaxies, each with their own stars and planets. It's dizzying to imagine. These numbers boggle the mind and can make any human life seem impossibly insignificant by comparison. The timescales involved are just as mind-bending as the distances. Imagine compressing the entire 13.8 billion year history of the universe into a single calendar year. In this cosmic calendar analogy, the Big Bang happens at the stroke of midnight on January 1st, and the present moment is the very end of December 31st. On this scale, all of recorded human history, every empire, every invention, every story ever told, would occupy only the last few seconds of December 31st. An average human lifetime, say around 70 to 80 years, would flash by in just 0.2 seconds on the cosmic calendar. That's literally a blink of an eye relative to the age of the universe. From this perspective, our lifespans are incredibly fleeting. We might indeed feel akin to butterflies who flutter for a day and think it is forever, as Carl Sagan once said. If the cosmos endures for eons, what could one person's brief flicker of life mean? It's a humbling thought. Standing under the stars, reflecting on these vast scales, one can feel tiny, a momentary spark on a lone planet, almost lost in an endless ocean of space and time. It's easy to wonder, does anything we do matter to such a universe? After all, galaxies collide and stars explode whether or not humans exist. The cosmos seems cold and indifferent to our presence. And yet, despite how small we are, here we are able to wonder about it. That fact in itself is remarkable. As physicist Stephen Hawking famously noted, we are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star. But we can understand the universe. That makes us something very special. In other words, even though we're tiny, we have the unique ability to grasp, at least in part, this enormous universe around us. This ability, our consciousness and intelligence, might be the key to finding meaning in the vastness. Stardust origins, our cosmic connection. Before diving deeper into consciousness and meaning, it's worth recognizing a profound scientific truth. we are not outsiders to the universe, we are intimately part of it. Every one of us is literally made from the stuff of the cosmos. The atoms in your body were forged long ago in stars. In a very real sense, we are stardust. Let's travel back in time for a moment. After the Big Bang, the young universe contained mostly hydrogen and helium, the lightest elements. There were no planets, no heavy elements, and certainly no life, just vast clouds of primordial gas. Then, over hundreds of millions of years, gravity pulled those gases together into the first generation of stars. Deep in these stars' cores, nuclear fusion began to forge heavier elements. Helium fused into carbon, carbon into oxygen, and so on. When the most massive of those early stars grew old, they died in spectacular explosions called supernovae. Those supernovae scattered the elements they had created out into space. Subsequent generations of stars formed from that enriched cosmic material. Our Sun, for example, is a second or third generation star, meaning the gas cloud that formed our solar system was already seeded with heavier elements made by previous stars. Planets like Earth could form only because earlier stars had produced elements like iron, silicon, oxygen, and carbon. The Earth itself, the rocks, the oceans, the air, is literally composed of ancient star remnants. And so are we. To make this more concrete, consider some of the elements that make up you. The calcium in your bones and teeth was forged in the heart of a star many billions of years ago. The iron in your blood, which carries oxygen through your body, was created in the violent collapse and explosion of a massive star. The carbon in your DNA and in every cell of your body was formed by fusion reactions in the hot cores of stars and dispersed across the galaxy when those stars died. Every atom of phosphorus, nitrogen, and oxygen, all the essential ingredients of life, has a similar story. They trace their origins to nuclear furnaces in stars, followed by cosmic alchemy in supernova blasts. Only then, after that long journey, did these atoms come together on a young Earth to form living beings. In the eloquent words of Carl Sagan, the nitrogen in our DNA, the calcium in our teeth, the iron in our blood, the carbon in our apple pies were made in the interiors of collapsing stars. In short, we are made of star stuff. This isn't just poetic metaphor, it is scientific fact. Think about what that means. The universe is inside us. The very matter of our bodies is traced to celestial events billions of years old. Far from being separate from the cosmos, we are a product of it. We are its children. In a literal sense, we are the cosmos, in human form. This realization can be deeply comforting and meaningful. When people say, "Oh, we're all connected" or "we're one with the universe," it's often meant spiritually or philosophically, but it is also true at the physical level. Every element essential to life on Earth was brewed in a star's core and strewn across space, eventually finding its way into you and me. Understanding our stardust origin highlights a kind of cosmic unity. Humans, Earth, the Sun, and distant stars are all part of the same story. We are threads in the fabric of the universe. In our veins flows the legacy of ancient stars. In our DNA is material that was once, and will be again, part of the cosmos at large. This profound connectedness can inspire a sense that our lives do matter, if only because we carry forward the story of the universe in our very existence. We are the universe made conscious, which leads us to the next part of our exploration. Consciousness, the universe aware of itself. At some point in cosmic history, the stardust became conscious. On at least one small planet, chemical processes gave rise to life, and through evolution over billions of years, that life developed awareness and intelligence. We humans are one result of that remarkable transformation. Our brains, composed of those same atoms forged in stars, are now capable of thought, emotion, and curiosity. Through us, the universe can observe and contemplate itself. It's important to note how precious and rare this situation appears to be. As far as we know right now, Earth is the only place in the universe that hosts living, conscious beings. Scientists have discovered over 5,000 exoplanets, planets around other stars, so far, and they estimate there are billions more out there. Yet, to date, we have no confirmed evidence of life beyond our own world. It's certainly possible, even likely, that life exists somewhere among the stars. Perhaps there are other intelligent civilizations scattered in distant galaxies. But the universe is so vast that those life forms, if they exist, are isolated by enormous distances. For now, we are effectively alone, at least in our corner of the cosmos. Our planet is a solitary oasis of life in a cosmic desert. All the meaning, art, culture, and knowledge we know of resides on this one pale blue dot, as Sagan famously called Earth. This realization can be double-edged. On one hand, it underscores how extraordinary it is that we are here at all. Out of billions of galaxies and trillions of stars, we have this world with this biosphere that gave rise to thinking beings capable of asking questions. On the other hand, it can feel isolating. The universe is mostly dark, cold, and uninhabited, as far as we can tell, and we are the exceptions. But whether or not life is common or extremely rare, one thing is clear: consciousness is the ingredient that brings meaning into the universe. Without conscious minds, concepts like meaning, beauty, or purpose likely wouldn't exist. There would be no one to perceive anything as meaningful. The universe would just be, in all its grandeur, but there would be no witnesses to its grandeur. Think about a beautiful painting in an empty room. Without an observer, the beauty of the painting isn't realized by anyone. Similarly, without conscious beings, the magnificence of a galaxy or the splendor of a sunrise would go unappreciated. Meaning is not a property of the stars or galaxies themselves, meaning lives in minds. As the physicist John Archibald Wheeler put it, the universe gives birth to consciousness, and consciousness gives meaning to the universe. In other words, the cosmos produced us, and in return we give the cosmos a meaning, simply by observing it, understanding it, and attaching significance to things. This idea is profound. If there were no conscious creatures anywhere, would the universe have any meaning at all? Wheeler's viewpoint suggests no, meaning arrives only with observers. When you look up at the Milky Way or marvel at a Saturn V rocket, the sense of wonder and meaning you experience is something generated within you. It's a product of your conscious awareness engaging with the world. Furthermore, our ability to understand the universe adds another layer of significance. Humans have figured out natural laws, learned about atoms and galaxies, uncovered our stardust origin, and even peered back in time to the cosmic dawn. We have an innate drive to explore and comprehend. This pursuit of knowledge is itself meaningful to us. We find purpose in discovery. It's like the universe has gradually woken up through us and is now trying to understand itself. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself, Sagan said, highlighting that through our curiosity and intelligence, the universe can reflect on its own nature. A star or a rock cannot contemplate anything, but a human, or any sentient being, can. Our minds shine a light of awareness onto the otherwise dark expanse. Consider the human brain for a moment. It contains around 86 billion neurons and hundreds of trillions of connections, synapses, between those neurons. In fact, there are hundreds of times more neural connections in a single human brain than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. That means each of us carries an internal universe of astonishing complexity. Your mind is perhaps the most complex arrangement of matter known in the cosmos. This complexity gives rise to our thoughts and feelings, the very things that allow our meaning to exist for us. In a poetic sense, each person is a cosmos of consciousness. Our inner lives, our dreams, memories, emotions, are like a rich galaxy of experiences that no telescope can see, but which is immensely significant to us as individuals. Knowing all this, we can start to see a reconciliation between our smallness and our significance. Yes, physically we are tiny and temporary. But through consciousness, we have an outsized role. We bring meaning into the world. The vast universe has become self-aware in us. Our finite minds can grasp timeless truths and imagine infinite possibilities. In that role, we matter, even if only to ourselves and each other. The cosmos is no longer just vast and cold. Through our eyes, the cosmos sees itself, and through our hearts and minds, the cosmos finds meaning. Finding meaning in an infinite universe. When confronted with the enormity of the universe, some people might feel insignificance or nihilism, the idea that nothing really matters on a cosmic scale. It's an understandable reaction. Compared to a galaxy, a single person might seem no more consequential than a mote of dust. However, the flip side of that realization is this: if the universe doesn't assign us a predetermined meaning, we are free to create our own. In fact, we must create our own. Meaning in life isn't handed down by the stars or written in the galaxies. It is something we cultivate through our actions, relationships, and experiences. Our consciousness gives us the power to define what matters to us. Each human life can be full of meaning because meaning is ultimately a human construct, a beautiful, essential one. In the grand emptiness, we are the ones who fill the void with purpose. We do this in many ways, large and small, every day. Here are some of the ways we give meaning to our finite lives. Relationships and love, the bonds we form with family, friends, and loved ones imbue our lives with deep meaning. In a universe that can feel impersonal, our capacity to love one another is profoundly significant. Sharing joys and sorrows, helping each other, and experiencing love and compassion can make even the briefest life feel worthwhile. For small creatures such as we, wrote Sagan, the vastness is bearable only through love. Indeed, the love we share creates a universe of meaning in the space of a single heartbeat. Knowledge and discovery, humans find meaning by seeking to understand. Every question answered, whether by science, philosophy, or personal insight, is a victory of mind over the unknown. The pursuit of knowledge about our origins, where did we come from, and about the nature of reality, or even just how a flower blooms, can give us purpose. We decipher the cosmos bit by bit, and each discovery connects us more to the universe we sprung from. The very act of learning and exploring can be deeply fulfilling, reminding us that our minds can reach far beyond our physical size, creativity, and self-expression. We also give meaning to existence through creative expression. Art, music, literature, and all forms of creativity are ways we share the experience of being alive. When a singer pours emotion into a song, or an artist paints a starry night sky, they are capturing meaning and communicating it to others. These creations often outlast their creators, carrying pieces of human consciousness into the future. In the face of cosmic time, a painting or a poem is a way of saying, this is what it felt like to be human, at this place, at this time. Creating something is an assertion that our experiences mattered enough to preserve achievement and contribution. Many people derive meaning from working towards goals, leaving a positive impact, or contributing to something greater than themselves. This could be raising a child, building a community, advancing science, healing the sick, or countless other endeavors. Such efforts anchor us. They say that during our brief visit on Earth, we made a difference. We added a verse to the story of humanity. In a sense, each contribution is like planting a seed that might grow beyond our lifetime, extending our influence in time even after we are gone. Wonder and awe, simply feeling a sense of awe, can be meaningful. When we stand humbled before a mountain range, or gaze at the Milky Way on a clear night, we often feel connected to something greater. That feeling of awe is a kind of meaning, a realization that we are part of a magnificent reality. Our ability to appreciate beauty, to be moved by nature or the cosmos, enriches our lives. It transforms cold facts, like stars and distances, into something personally profound. Even spiritual or philosophical reflection, contemplating why there is something rather than nothing, or what our role is, can add a layer of purpose and context to our days. We often create rituals, art, and narratives to celebrate these wonders and turn them into shared meaning. Each of these facets of life represents ways in which consciousness lights up the darkness with significance. The universe by itself is vast and neutral, but through our loves, curiosities, and creations, we color it with meaning. A single human life may not register on an astronomical scale of significance, but it can mean everything to the ones living it and those around them. In our own subjective universe, the one that really matters to each of us, things like love, joy, wonder, and even suffering and overcoming adversity, all become the fabric of meaning. It's also worth noting that finitude itself can make life more precious. The fact that we only have a limited time can spur us to cherish that time all the more. If we lived forever, perhaps we'd take experiences for granted. But knowing that our days under the sun are limited encourages us to treasure the moments and fill them with what matters. Just as a rare, fragile flower might be valued more than a common rock, our ephemeral lives gain significance because they are fleeting and unique. We often find meaning in mortality by realizing that each day, each interaction, each act of kindness is one of a kind and will never come exactly again. This perspective can inspire gratitude, a thankful recognition that against incredible odds, we are here, alive and aware, able to experience the universe's wonders for a short while. Finally, consider that meaning doesn't have to be cosmic to be real. A kind gesture, a personal victory, a moment of connection, these might not alter the trajectory of galaxies, but they profoundly affect the human world of meaning. Your life's meaning is measured not in your size or duration, but in the quality of experiences and contributions you weave into the tapestry of existence. In the grand cosmic play, we might be tiny actors on a tiny stage, but we can still give a brilliant performance in the time we have. In doing so, we justify our part in the story. Conclusion. We set out to examine what meaning a single finite life can have in an infinite, or near-infinite, universe. Along the way, we've seen that our smallness in space and time does not equate to triviality or purposelessness. On the contrary, it is precisely our awareness of the vastness that can inspire profound meaning. We are beings of stardust who know we are stardust, and that knowledge itself is precious. We are ephemeral, yet in our brief time we can come to understand timeless truths and form connections that resonate deeply. When we look at the night sky, we might feel humbled by our tininess, but we can also feel amazed that we have the privilege to witness such grandeur. The universe is ancient and enormous, but it cannot appreciate its own beauty or mystery. That's what we do. Each human life is an opportunity for the universe to experience itself in a new way. Each of us brings our own colors to the cosmic canvas through our feelings, ideas, and actions. Ultimately, the meaning of a single human life is the meaning we create and embrace. In the silence of the cosmic expanse, we are the ones who speak, sing, question, and love. We have seen that our physical bodies connect us to the stars, and our minds connect us to the concept of meaning itself. We matter to those we love, we matter to the ongoing story of humanity, and we even matter to the universe in the sense that we are part of its mechanism to know and give meaning to itself. The next time you feel overwhelmed by the infinite universe, remember that you are a unique part of it. No one else will see the world exactly the way you do or contribute exactly what you can. As small as you are also irreplaceable. In a cosmos without inherent meaning, your consciousness is what paints meaning onto the canvas of existence. This realization is both empowering and deeply moving. In summary, a single human life holds whatever meaning we choose to invest in it. Our lives gain meaning through love, through understanding, through creation, and through the simple awe of being alive against cosmic odds. We may be finite in duration and scope, but that finiteness is imbued with a spark of the infinite, our curiosity, our creativity, our capacity for love. As Carl Sagan wisely wrote, for small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love. Love, be it love for each other, or love of knowledge, or love of the universe itself, is one of the ways we bridge the gap between our tiny selves and the endless expanse. It gives us courage to face the void and say, my life means something after all. Finite life in an infinite universe, this is our reality. We cannot change the scale of the cosmos, but we can embrace our part in it. We can stand in awe of the stars while also nurturing the light within us. In the end, perhaps the grandest meaning of our lives is that we bring meaning to the universe. Our consciousness illuminates the cosmos with understanding and empathy that would not exist otherwise. We are the universe's way of reflecting on itself, and as long as we are here to do so, no life is insignificant. So, let the enormity of the universe fill you with wonder, not despair. Feel the awe of knowing you are connected to the stars, and the responsibility of knowing that consciousness is a gift that gives shape to all the meaning there is. Our lives may be finite, but in their finitude lies a profound beauty. For a brief moment, we get to be aware, to explore, to love, and to ask big questions. We get to shine. And that, in itself, is a miraculous and meaningful thing.